Back here with more XLB action as we wind down week number 5 with the final matchup of the week between the Las Vegas Horsemen and the Santa Fe Rattlers. Las Vegas comes into this one with a record of 3-1. Santa Fe is winless coming into this week, 0-3. Both teams in the West, so they're both controlled by me. Legends for the Horsemen, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Legends for the Santa Fe Rattlers include Nomar Garcia-Parra and Greg Maddox. Again, both these teams controlled by me. What's up?
And Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Yes, and Jake the Snake had this to say on social media earlier in the week. As you can see the tweet right there on the screen, it says, "We're going to show more aggression than we've shown in the last 4 weeks combined. We aren't worried about Barry Bonds at the plate because we just plan to outscore them. Hashtag Rattlers Rise Up." And just the thought of Jake the Snake Roberts using a hashtag. Just something about it.
The thought of the Rattler rising up.
That's right. It's like a strike, like a cobra.
Doesn't make any damn sense.
So both teams controlled by me, but my brother here obviously to help me run the scoreboard. Appreciate him. Thank you for that. And I think he wants to see my Barry Bonds strategy in person. Matthew Liberatore on the mound as he'll start out against Trey Turner to get this one started. And Turner is out of there as he will ground out to third, error 9-10. And Garcia is an E2, so no error. Could you imagine?
Man, if you're a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. That'll bring up Brandon
What are you doing
Lau.
out there?
Yeah, you shouldn't be in this league. Brandon
Low or
Lau.
Lau?
Lau. I watched some Pirates games. It's Brandon Lau.
It says
Liberatore.
Tampa Bay Rays.
He plays for the Pirates now. As he'll ground out to first to get out of the inning.
He may play for the Pirates, but deep down he's a
Tampa Bay Ray.
Horseman.
And with two down and nobody on and first base open, Liberatore's going to pitch to Barry Bonds.
I already caught him in a lie. He said 2 on.
Yeah, whoops.
He just puts people on.
Going to pitch to Bonds, and Barry
takes a walk.
That ball is high and deep and out of here. And Jake the Snake can be seen clapping in the dugout to Liberatore, trying to pump him up a bit, but that ball, you get it on Barry's card. And if you see the stats up here above me, look at that, the slugging percentage just showed up. A galloping gopher ball by Bonds, Barry Bonds, 004. Whew, there's a lot of stuff going on there, scoreboard guy.
Fingers hurt.
That'll bring up Michael Bush. 2 down, nobody on. And Bush is out of there as he will ground out to second. So Jake the Snake said they're going to pitch to Barry Bonds, and Barry Bonds makes him pay for it with the solo home run in the top of 1. Bottom of 1 we go, where Will Warren will take on the Rattlers. I forgot to say the start. I didn't say starters.
The announcer was super harsh on the manager when he pitched to Mark McGwire in the first inning, but has nothing to say. But good job,
Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake said he was going to be aggressive. Will Warren
Crow is mad.
will get Chisholm to ground out to second. That'll bring up Michael Garcia. And Warren we'll get Garcia to ground out to third. That'll bring up Nomar Garcia-Parra with 2 down. PB Beatty for Nomar, and he'll strike out. 3 up, 3 down, bottom of 1, top of 2 we go. And William Contreras set to lead off against Liberatore. And Liberatore will get him to fly out to deep right. And that ball robbed at the wall by Michael Harris Jr. They bring up Jose Ramirez with 1 down. And Liberatore will get Ramirez to ground out back to the pitcher. No error on that one, though. Going to bring up Johan Duran. And Duran will strike out. Actually, I think it's Durham. I just watched him play a game. I think it's Durham.
How many games you watching today? Goodness sakes.
I don't work, baby. Kyle Schwarber set to lead off the bottom of 2 against Will Warren.
I'm your brother. Don't tell me that.
There's a single into right by Schwarber.
That's one of your favorite players, I think. After playing this game,
Kyle
he's
Schwarber?
turned into one of your favorite players. Yeah, because of this game.
That's true. He had a great season 1 in the XLB.
Yeah.
All right, Schwarber gets the single, and he's going to take off for second. 44.
Oh.
No, he's not there. A does not. He is not A. He's speed C.
And he gave up a Z card.
So 1 down for Freddie Freeman. And Freeman will strike out. Second strikeout for Will Warren. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. And Pete will also strike out. Leadoff man gets on, but then back-to-back Ks from Warren gets him through the second. Top of 3 we go. Let's take a look at the Week 5 schedule here in XLB. Every team in the league with a game this week. Full slate of games. I think there are some teams on bye next week, though. Yeah, it'll be the Young Guns and the Purple Rain who played each other this week. They will have a bye in Week 6, so we will not see them, but every team had a game this week as we head to the top of 3 where Jorge Polanco will lead off against Matthew Liberatore. We'll get Polanco to ground out to third. Air 3-10 though. And Garcia is air 2. So that's a ground out to third. Nice play over there. Bobbled it, but gathered it. Joe Adell and Liberatore will give up the infield single to Adell.
Do we have to talk about Joe Adell in real life? What he just did?
Man, if you're watching real life baseball, what a game Joe Adell recently had, robbing 3 home runs, 3 FD9s,
and the final one, he was in the stands.
Yeah, go find the image of him in the stands holding the ball up. Pretty indelible. He's on first right now with Trey Turner at the plate against Liberatore. Liberatore will get Turner to fly out to center. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau with 2 down. Liberatore will strike out Lau to end the top of 3. Second strikeout for Liberatore as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Michael Harris II will lead off against Will Warren. And Warren will walk Michael Harris. First walk of the day issued. Harris is going to go for second.
Boy.
TA or TB arm rating, and I think this is what Jake the Snake was talking about. TC, so Harris is there.
I've never seen a TC.
Yeah, good scouting by Jake the Snake, and Harris steals the base.
I wonder if that's based on pop-up time or his arm strength or both.
We know about pop-up time. We'll have to talk to our analytics guy, Jazz, about that.
Yeah.
Ceddanne Rafaela at the plate now with a man on second.
Ooh.
And Rafaela will strike out a.
Oh, hey.
Fourth strikeout for Will Warren. We'll bring up JT Realmuto. And Warren will walk Realmuto. So 2 walks in this inning. So Will Warren has put him in a jam against Jazz Chisholm. 2 on, 1 down. Warren will. That's a pass ball. And that'll move the runners up.
Catcher.
That's on the catcher?
That's on the catcher. Yes.
So that one's going to be on William Contreras. First error of the season for the Horsemen.
What a bad inning for Bill.
Will. Warren now with the runners on second and third to Chisholm.
Oh my goodness.
Strikeout. We'll bring Michael Garcia with second and third. 2 down. Warren will strike him out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts after putting runners on second and third. And through 3 we go with the score 1-0. Barry Bonds will lead off the top of the fourth. And they're going to send him to first.
Jake. Boo. I'm going to boo. Boo.
There you hear the boos in the stadium.
Ain't nobody on base. Come on, Jake.
That'll bring up Michael Bush against Liberatore. And Bush will be out of there as he will fly out the left. Do you want to know what that would have been on Bonds' card?
Probably a walk.
A home run.
71?
William Contreras at the plate with 1 down.
Somebody check him for steroids.
Now hang on. Contreras will smack a single into right. Just the third hit of the game. Well, you can say that other places. Jose Ramirez at the plate against Liberatore. And Liberatore will give up a single into center.
Oh my goodness.
And now the bases are jacked for Jaron Duran. 1 down. And Liberatore will give up a single into center. Duran will drive in Barry Bonds. And Liberatore having a bad inning here now. Jorge Polanco up with the bases still loaded. And Polanco is out of there. GX5. Runner on first, out at second, batter safe.
I figured you'd have the. Yeah, well, you had him at double play down.
Yeah, sorry. So that'll score Contreras. And now it'll be first and third for Joe Adele. And Liberatore will strike out Adele. Third strikeout for Liberatore. But he gives up a few more runs here in the top of 4. Bottom of 4 we go, where Nomar Garciaparra will lead off against Will Warren. And Nomar will slap a single into right. And he will not steal. Just the second hit of the game for the Rattlers as Kyle Schwarber's at the plate. And Warren will get Schwarber to ground out to first, but Nomar will advance. So 1 down, a man on second for Freddie Freeman. PBZ, 11.
Oh, okay.
Ketchu argues over balls and strikes and gets ejected from the game.
You're out of it.
That's William Contreras.
Oh, he's having a bad game.
How do you want to play this?
You got no catcher. Good luck. No, it's not nothing.
Not nothing.
He's just been warned. He just got warned.
Right. So back to Freeman it'll go.
Still funny.
And Liberatore. No, wait. Will Warren will get Freeman to fly out to right.
I'd say Warren and Liberatore probably. I mean, they look a lot alike.
Yeah. Very similar.
Different jerseys, but hey, they look alike.
Pete Crow Armstrong with a man on second. And Pete will strike out.
It's a good number, Pete.
It is. Instead, it's the second strikeout for Warren.
That'd have been on his WBC card. That'd have been a dinger, guaranteed.
Different set of cards for different sets of people. Top of 5 we go, where Liberatore will get Trey Turner, the leadoff hitter for the Horsemen. And Liberatore will get him to ground out to the catcher.
Come on. I just want people to watch a real game and see how many ground balls are hit to the catcher.
I think last time we went over to our parents, we did clock that, and it was not many. Brandon Lau. And Lau. Infield single for Lau.
Digging it out.
And now there's the problem, because that single brings up Barry Bonds and nowhere to put him for Liberatore.
Okay.
You want to walk him with a man on first. I want your honest opinion, would you?
What's the score? No, I'd pitch to him. I ain't afraid of that dingleberry.
Jake the Snake. Pitch to him, Liberatore. So Jake the Snake says to pitch to him, and he will. Liberatore from the stretch to Bonds. And Liberatore will get Bonds to ground out back to the pitcher. Batter safe, runner on first, out at second. So Bonds is on.
That would have been a strikeout on Bonds' card, actually. Unbelievably.
No, it would have been a walk. Oh, would it?
Well, you're on a different one. It's like 74, I think. Oh, 74 is a K and a walk.
Yeah.
See,
same.
This is what I'm talking about, people. Look at these shenanigans. It's a strikeout and a walk on his card. This card is ridiculous.
I'll ring up Michael Bush with 2 down. Pay no attention to the man behind the mitt. Next week, we're doing Barry's game ourselves. Bush at the plate.
I guess you pick what he wants.
Liberatore will get Bush to ground out to third, and the inning will come to a close. Top of the inning, anyways. Bottom of 5 we go with Will Warren on the mound against Michael Harris II. It's PBCD for Harris. And he'll strike out. 8th strikeout for Will Warren. Ceddanne Rafaela. Warren continues to deal. Another strikeout. 9
He's just glad
on the
to
day.
be in the XLB.
Yeah, just got in this week. JT Realamuto. Warren will get Realamuto to ground out to third. 3 up, 3 down. And the Rattlers continue to struggle. Here in this one, top of 6 we go. And speaking of struggling, let's take a look at some guys who have had a slow start here in the XLB so far, including Freddie Freeman for the Rattlers, who is 0 for 12 on the season with 2 strikeouts. So Freddie Freeman, one of just a couple guys without any hits this season.
Let's hope they all break out this week.
And, well, Freeman hasn't so far. Top of 6, William Contreras to lead off against Liberatore. Action in the Rattlers bullpen. And Contreras will strike out.
He's having a bad day.
That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. He scored a run. And Ramirez will be out of there as he grounds out to short.
Jose Ramirez just broke the Cleveland Indians most games played record just the other day. Or most innings.
How about
something.
that? There's been a lot of Cleveland Indian greats over the years. I mean, Jim Thome played there forever. Seems like.
That's a mighty long time.
Jaron Duran against Liberatore. And Duran is out of there as he will ground out to second. You hear the guy in the crowd yell, "Run it out," but Duran cannot.
He's fast.
He is. Bottom of 6 we go, where Will Warren has been good for the Horsemen. He'll take on the
Great
top of the
fan
slide.
knowledge. Telling him to run it out.
He knows. Ball knower. Will Warren will get Chisholm to pop up to the shortstop. 1 down from Michael Garcia. And Warren will strike him out looking. 10th strikeout for Will Warren. Nomar Garcia-Parra at the plate. And Warren will give up a single into right to Nomar.
I just can't believe Nomar was that slow. I didn't watch much Nomar, but
I guess that's true. He's very slow. Just the 3rd hit of the day, and now Schwarber at the plate. And Schwarber will strike out. 11th strikeout for Warren. Top of 7 we go, and the Rattlers will go to the bullpen. Liberatore played well, but Ben
Kasparius.
Yeah, I guess we'll bring him in. Ben Kasparius.
Ooh.
You okay over there?
Ow.
You see my hesitation now. They'll take on Jorge Polanco. And Kasparius.
Hey.
We'll walk him.
Oh, you get it on your card, Ben. You gotta.
Got to take advantage
You
of
do
it.
that.
Second walk of the day for the Rattlers. That'll bring up Joe Adell. And Adell is out of there as he'll ground out to third
What? There
for
you
a
go,
double play.
buddy.
Two down for Trey Turner. And Kasparius will strike him out. 3 up, 3 down for Kasparius in the top of 7. Bottom of 7, here we go. Freddie Freeman set to lead off against Will Warren. And Freeman will get a single into left.
Let's hope everybody gets off the snide this
And
week.
he is officially off the schneid.
I'd hate to still be on it after 5 weeks.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. And Pete will hit it! The ball is high! That ball is deep! And that ball is out of here as Pete Crow Armstrong will go yard for the Rattlers. Kind of caught me off guard there.
I think everybody off guard. Fell asleep.
A snake bit banger from PCA. We'll bring up Michael Harris, and it looks like Jake the Snake might have these guys going here after Will Warren has been good action in the Horsemen bullpen. Harris is out of there as he will ground out to short for the first out. Ceddanne Rafaela. Warren will get Rafaela to pop up to third. They'll bring up JT Rialamuto. JT will strike out. 12 strikeouts for Will Warren. But 2 runs on the board make it a 1-run game off the Pete Crow Armstrong home run. And Kasparius will come out to get Lau, Bonds, and Bush. And Lau will lead off. And Lau is out of there as he will ground out to third, error 8 to 10. Nowhere. What would you do here? I think you walk him, right? You just don't really give him a chance, especially against a 2-6.
Yep.
So Barry Bonds will be walked. Put a man on first. Second walk of the day for Kasparius, and he'll try and deal with Michael Bush. Now with Barry Bonds on first base. And Kasparius will get it. And he'll strike out Bush. 2 down. Had that been on Bush's card. William Contreras, 2 down. And Contreras will strike out looking to end the top of the 8th, and Kasparius lets out a yell as he gets him in the top of the 8th through the heart of this great Horseman lineup. Will Warren will take a seat as Brian Baker will check in. For the bottom of 8. And he'll get the leadoff man, Jazz Chisholm. And Baker will give up a single into right to Chisholm. 6th hit of the day. And he'll take off for second. And he's there. Chisholm gets on and then steals the base. And now Baker finds himself in trouble. Tying run at second. PBCD from Michael Garcia. That ball is high and deep.
Oh, my.
That ball is out of here. Michael Garcia has put the Rattlers in front on 2 batters faced from Brian Baker. Chisholm and Garcia cross home to put the Rattlers in front. The Venomous Tater. That'll bring up Nomar with nobody down. And Nomar will strike out. And Baker
Big
looks to
letdown.
calm down. Yeah, I know. Schwarber. Baker will strike out Schwarber. And that'll bring up Freddie Freeman. And Freeman will hit his double into center.
Everybody's getting hits. Love it.
That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, who homered in his last at bat. And Pete Crow will slap a double into left. And that'll score Freddie Freeman.
Steady Freddie, PCA. Everybody.
Doing it there in the heart of the lineup, and Baker really in trouble here as he'll take on Harris. PBCD for Harris, and he'll strike out. So 3 strikeouts from Baker will end the inning. But the Rattlers put up 3 to go up 5-3 over the Horsemen. And now the Rattlers will bring in Kenley Jansen to try and close this one out.
Welcome to the jungle. Well,
Is that him? Oh, I don't know.
I doubt it.
Jose Ramirez set to lead off here in the 9th against Jansen. And Jansen will strike out Ramirez for the first out.
Oh boy, fans are starting to stand already.
And you can hear the cheering in the background here as Jaron Duran comes up to the plate. Jansen will strike out Duran.
Jake the Snake is in the batter's box.
2 down.
Pumping the crowd up.
Jorge Polanco at the plate. And Jansen will strike out the side in the top of the 9th to secure the win for the Santa Fe Rattlers. Jansen is going to get the save. Ben Kasparius comes in and gets the win. And that loss is going to be hinged to Brian Baker. After Will Warren gave a great starting performance. MVP of this game, I'd say it's probably... Pete Crow and Michael both played well. You're going to give it to Michael Garcia. Okay. So Garcia will get the player of the game as he did put the Rattlers in front there in the bottom of 8. 5 runs in the 7th and the 8th inning will finish out the game, and a big come-from-behind win for the Rattlers against this Horsemen bullpen. Michael Garcia, some say about him, as the player of the game. And that'll do it for week number 5. We'll confound up all the stats, put together some graphics, and we'll get you set for week 6. Thanks for watching. Tune in for more XLB action as we move forward.